This girl tied me to the bed just to steal my puppy. She pressed her foot against my chest, then slowly moved it to my face, trying to humiliate me into talking. I refused to say a word.
Bill, stop! Bill, please! Stop it!
They threatened to kill me if I stayed silent. I wasn't in a rush to fight back, because my gun was hidden inside a nearby sculpture. All I had to do was break it open to strike back. While planning my move, I noticed a tablet on the side table and stretched my foot to reach it. I managed to dial the police, but Anna snatched the tablet away. They began searching the room. I quietly bumped into the cabinet, trying to get my gun. Unexpectedly, while playing around, they accidentally broke the sculpture. Anna instantly realized I'd been waiting for a chance to fight back. She aimed the gun at me and told Belle to untie me. She wanted to play a game of hide and seek.
30 seconds. Only inside the house. You leave the house, I shoot.
Knowing the house layout, I slipped out a small side door while they were distracted. But in my panic, I tripped, and Anna caught up to me.
Help me! Help me!
Scream all you
Help
fucking
me!
want! No one's fucking home! We tried every house!
This time, Belle stuffed clothes into my mouth and put headphones on me, blasting harsh music to torture me. Even so, I refused to reveal where the puppy was. My wife had told me before she left I must protect it no matter what. They threw me into a pre-dug hole, burying me up to my head. I shouted for help, but it turned out they never planned to kill me. They just wanted to play with my dog. Still, my earlier attempt to grab the gun had really pissed them off. Anna uploaded a compromising video of me to my social media account and stuck my phone in the dirt right in front of me. Comments flooded in, calling me a pervert who assaulted underage girls. I struggled to reach the phone to delete the video, but accidentally hit like instead. In the end, they found my puppy hiding in the closet, took it, and left, leaving me buried in the dirt, seething with shame and rage.
No matter which station I arrived at, I kept seeing her. The same old lady. Even when the train was moving fast, she was still there outside the window, as if trying to warn me. I couldn't make out her face, so I stepped closer. But each time I did, she stepped back, always keeping just far enough to stay out of sight and earshot. Frustrated, I turned away, but soon realized she was following me. No matter how fast I ran, she always caught up. Just then, a female hiker passed by. I asked her to check if the old lady needed help. She agreed and walked over. But the moment she heard the old lady speak, she turned to me in fear, then screamed and ran. Terrified, I sprinted to the nearest town. I looked back. She was still following me. I ran into a hotel and begged the owner for help. He agreed to confront her, but after speaking to her, he looked at me in horror and fled without a word. My fear only deepened. I went home and told my mother everything. She came up with a plan. We'd stay on the phone while she approached the old lady. She'd repeat anything she said to me, believing she wouldn't be affected. Holding the phone, she walked toward the old lady. But strangely, I couldn't hear a single sound on the call. I shouted for her to come back, but it was too late. She turned to me with a terrified look, then ran off, never to be seen again. I realized the old lady had a terrifying power, so I contacted the Paranormal Bureau. Soon, a heavily armed unit arrived. Hundreds of soldiers surrounded her. A woman on the team warned, "Whatever you do, don't speak to her, just detain her." But the old lady spoke, and all the soldiers froze. They all turned to stare at me. Even the woman in headphones grew silent. She looked at me coldly and said, "Abort the mission." Then she walked away without looking back.
I was wearing slippers when they challenged me to hit a distant bottle with a soccer ball. No one believed I could do it. The starting players of the school team laughed at me, thinking it was impossible. After all, I had never played soccer before. But my brother had full confidence in me. He told me to take off my slippers and kick the ball barefoot. One of the players put down $5 as a bet. As the team captain, my brother began coaching me on the spot. He patiently explained exactly what I should do. Everyone watched as it unfolded. I was nervous, but I focused on what my brother had taught me. I kicked the ball hard, and it hit the glass bottle dead on. My name is Grace, and I come from a soccer family. My father was a football star, and I was a bright, confident girl. Thanks to my father, soccer became my and my brother's shared passion. But back then, girls playing soccer wasn't accepted. I could only watch from the sidelines as my brother trained with our dad. My father never even considered letting me join. One day, upset, I kicked the ball away and stormed off. Still, I always came to watch my brother's matches. During one game, my brother scored a goal with a powerful shot. The match was intense and came down to a penalty shootout to decide the winner. Both teams made their first 2 shots flawlessly, but on the final shot, my brother hit the goalpost and we lost the game. Devastated, he went for a drive with his friends, only to be caught in a tragic accident that took his life. Our family was overwhelmed with grief. My father even took down the goalposts in our yard. I often sat in my brother's room hugging his jersey, trying to hold on to his memory. A cloud of sadness hung over the house. One morning I stood up and declared I wanted to play soccer. I wanted to fulfill my brother's dream. But instead of encouragement, my family laughed at me. Determined to prove myself, I went out and practiced in the rain. But my father thought I was terrible and asked my younger brother Peter to show me how it's done. Still, I was a girl, and against boys, physical differences always put me at a disadvantage. It kept raining, but I didn't stop. Even after falling into the mud, I refused to give up. My father thought I'd never make it, but I begged him for a chance. Still, he said no. I was heartbroken, but I didn't quit.
When I got my first period, I discovered I could control blood, but then it suddenly spiraled out of control, piercing straight through my mom's throat. She dropped dead on the spot. Before I could react, my powers lashed out again. My dad rushed in only to collapse like my mom. My little sister saw everything. Our once happy family was destroyed in seconds. From that day on, I swore to master this power completely so I'd never hurt anyone again. Just as I was starting to get the hang of it, the government imposed strict regulations on superpowered individuals. At 18, everyone had to undergo testing. Fail, and you're sent to the asylum. Pass, and you're admitted to Superhuman University. I gave it everything I had and passed. I was placed in Crimson Earl Academy, an arts-focused program designed to churn out celebrity supers. I couldn't care less about fame. I wanted the Lightbringer division, where they trained real crime fighters. I went to request a transfer, but the professor's assistant blocked me. As I opened my mouth to argue, the professor pulled a gun and shot the assistant. In a flash, the assistant transformed into a man. Jordan, the school's number 2 ranked super. His power? Switching genders at will. I explained my reason for coming, but the professor shut me down immediately. He called my powers worthless and kicked me out. Leaving campus, numb with defeat, I saw a student on the street lose control of his abilities. He knocked out armed guards and flipped a car barehanded. I reacted instinctively, using blood to lock him in place. No sooner had he spoken than trash bins came flying, trapping him in a circle. Security jumped in and took him down. That's how I met Andre, the school's number 3 ranked super. He was friendly and kind, inviting me to a party and introducing me to the rest of the top 5. At the party, Andre suddenly lost control of his powers and accidentally hurt a passerby. All the other elite students ran away. I was the only one who stayed. Looking at the man bleeding out on the ground, I saw my mom's final moments flash before my eyes. I couldn't let anyone else die in front of me. I gathered my courage and forced the blood back into his body. His heart started beating again. For the first time, my power actually saved someone. The video went viral overnight. I became the most popular student on campus, but it didn't last. The school used the incident as an excuse to expel me. They needed someone to blame, and I, a powerless freshman with no connections, was perfect. With no family to back me up, expulsion meant being sent straight to the asylum where all the out-of-control supers go. I couldn't let that happen. I won't go down like this. I'll show them what real power looks like.
To hook up with the rich lady, I tossed a piece of drug meat on the roadside. Then I walked into the underground parking lot, slipped into the elevator, and pressed the 5th floor. But the elevator stopped on the 3rd. I shrank into the corner. Before the woman noticed, I quickly hit the close button. The door shut before she came in. I breathed a sigh of relief. When I reached the 5th floor, I opened the rich lady's door with a spare key. I walked to the window and saw that dog downstairs. It had eaten the meat and wasn't moving anymore. Serves it right for barking at me every time. Then I opened her computer. On her schedule, I deleted one reminder. Husband picks up child at 5:30, and I synced it to her husband's phone. That night, just as I planned, they fought for forgetting their kid. I felt thrilled inside. Only when they fight do I get my chance. I used to be seen as a winner in life, a company executive, a mansion with a BMW, a beautiful wife, a healthy son. But losing my job in middle age took everything away. To survive, I fired the nanny, sold the mansion, and moved my family into a shabby flat. But every job interview failed. They said I was too old, not as fit as the young. I endured all the humiliation,